7 News always investigating, discovering Lower North Fork fire victims are still no closer to getting paid by the state for their losses. They're facing a new hurdle now, only days from the 1-year anniversary of the devastating fire. 7 News reporter Marshall Zelinger spent time with the survivors of the fire in a place where state leaders promised they wouldn't have to go, a courtroom.
We've followed the Lower North Fork fire survivors over the last year, from the images of their 22 homes destroyed, to their testimony at the Capitol, to the tragedy of 3 lives lost.
This is what I have left, my wife.
And their own cleanup of the state's fire.
I've cut down more than 300 myself, and I still got more than I can ever get done.
And now we're following these survivors in this courtroom where they were never supposed to be.
How does it feel to be back here in the courtroom? Disgusting. It does. It feels, I can't believe that this isn't behind us yet.
In May, 10 months ago, the governor, attorney general, and state legislature promised a process that did not involve court.
How soon would this take effect, and how soon could these victims be getting money?
Well, it takes effect immediately, right?
Upon your signature.
Upon my signature, it takes effect. They present their claims to the claims board. It's happening in real time.
We're 1 year later. Is this real time?
Oh, absolutely not.
State Representative Bob Gardner wrote the bill to keep the claims out of court, but these survivors are in court. The Attorney General's office lumping their claims with a lawsuit filed by insurance companies, which are wanting to be reimbursed for paying homeowners' claims.
I have to tell you, it was never intended to be this complicated.
In court on Friday, the Attorney General's office surprised the survivors with this chart, a 3-part plan entitled Moving Toward Compensation for those seeking only economic losses not covered by insurance, such as lost land value, the state offering the original idea to go to the claims board as promised. For those seeking non-economic losses, such as lost wages and lost loved ones, like Ann Apple and Sam and Linda Lucas, those claims would be stuck in court.
The Attorney General has done nothing except delay and impede the will of the legislation.
This should have been resolved long ago. It's a leadership issue.
1 year since losing everything, Scott Apple still at square one.
It's a joke. Not a good one.
We wanted to ask the Attorney General why these survivors are no closer to compensation than what was promised in May. His office abruptly canceled a planned interview citing security concerns. We tried to interview his attorneys who showed up to court, but his spokeswoman prevented those answers.
I would just love to sit down and have a conversation and say so much and listen to what his logic is.
I'd like to tell the Attorney General how disgusted I am at the incredible display of chicanery that we saw in the courtroom.
I'd like to ask him if he believes that these people deserve restitution from our state. I think he's got to believe that to go forward and really pull for it.
Our lives are on hold. We're just basically hanging here waiting for them to do the right thing.
Marshall Zelinger, 7 News.
Survivors of the Lower North Fork fire plan to rally at the state capitol this coming Tuesday to mark the date of that devastating wildfire and to remind legislators of their frustrating plight.